just like a broken record, same old songs of accusation play. Like who are you to speak the truth? Just look at all your failures and mistakes. And if they really knew you, there's no way they could love you anyway. Oh, but I will fight the lies with the truth. Oh, keep my eyes fixed on you.
Hello, and welcome to the Send Help Podcast, a podcast and a lifeline for moms who are stuck in the trenches of mommyhood, bringing them encouragement through Jesus, laughter, and sisterhood.
Sisterhood.
Hello, Christy.
Hello, Amanda.
How are you, sister?
I think I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen you
Since last week?
I know, it's only been a week.
It's been a week.
It feels like it's been a lot longer.
I know.
I think it's because I left the city.
It's true. When you go out of town,
When you go out of town,
it feels like it's been longer.
yeah. I feel like a lifetime has been at
Yes.
least a week and a half.
Right.
I'm going to say it feels like
Wait.
it's been 2 weeks.
No, it has been 2 weeks.
Has it? That's right.
Yes.
Okay. 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 See? I knew it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other. No.
You knew it in your bones
I knew it in my bones.
that it had been longer.
Deep down in my bones. I haven't seen you since I was 39.
It's true. Man, that's like after New Year's Eve when it's
Yeah.
like, haven't seen you since last year.
I know. Haven't seen you since I was 39.
I'm pretty sure that over the weekend I broke my toe.
Oh, no. Is it the ashen looking one?
Probably. I'm going to say yes. The bruise is on the
Is it the
it's
second toe?
in between the toes.
Is it the second toe?
The second toe from the
Oh,
outside.
I'm not seeing that one.
It's
The second toe looks pretty purpley too.
well, yeah, they both kind of hurt,
Maybe you don't have great blood flow.
but no, I definitely don't. But there's a bruise. It's a straight line from where I hit the object.
Was it a child?
No.
Okay.
Going down
Was it
the
a
inside
husband?
of my toe. Trying to let the dog out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
to
was it a
pee.
Hank?
If it was a Hank, there would have been bleeding involved. But no, I hit the bed, the peg, the leg, the foot, that thing
the
that
peg
holds
leg.
your bed frame up.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hit that. Stumbling around, and I cried. I made Dusty go let the dog out.
Yeah. Well, at that point, he earned it.
Yeah, and then I cried some more.
Which really, he should have done it because that's his side of the bed anyway.
It's true. And yeah, I had some problems for a few days. Now it's fine.
Now it's fine and you're wearing flip-flops.
Yeah. Well, because the tennis shoes were starting to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the rest of my foot is now hurting because of like overcompensating.
Yeah. I mean, it
For-
does. Okay, wait. Just put your foot down. Yeah, it's real swollen.
Yeah.
That's really swollen.
Yeah.
I can't even see your toenail.
I had them taped together because, that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to like tape it to another toe.
That's looking real suspicious.
And I did that. And then like, I didn't even go all the way around both toes. Like I just took a Band-Aid and like, the sticky part of the Band-Aid was touching both toes. But by the end of the day, my entire foot was throbbing.
Yeah.
Like it was too tight.
You know
even
what?
though it wasn't wrapped all the way around.
You should go to an urgent care. You don't have kids with you?
I mean,
you don't have kids with you right now?
it's fine. I can move
I
it.
think
I
that
can bend
maybe
it. It's just kind
On
of
the way
sore.
home, you should just pop into the
Pop in.
Willow Park urgent care
Yeah.
and get a little x-ray. Just get a little
But
x-ray.
then what are they going to do?
Well, tell
I've
you
always
if it's
heard
broken.
my entire life that if you have a broken toe, they won't do anything about it but tape them together.
They could tape it correctly. They could give you a doctor's note for your husband that says I need to put my foot up and I need to, you need a rest ice.
Oh, that whole thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for. I don't know what I don't know what the letters are.
Elevation and compression.
Compression.
Yeah. That would be, I think that's the taping it together. Or, I mean,
maybe.
Compression
how
is
else are you
rice.
compress a toe?
That is the C. And I don't know how you would compress a toe. I don't know.
But a compression sleeve. I'm going to look on Amazon, see if there's a compression sleeve for a toe.
Well, I mean, I know they have finger splints. I don't know what they do for your toe. But
I don't know.
Definitely elevating it. Right now, it's not elevated. Right now, it's down low. It's real swollen.
Yeah. But see, like I look at that same toe on my other foot, and they look the same to me.
That is one fat piggy.
They look exactly the same to me.
Ready to go to market.
He really is.
Yeah.
He did not wee at all because
no,
it was more of a scream.
That's a winter
cry
hog.
Of pain.
That's a winter hog.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. So
that sow's about to drop some babies.
But look.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Christy.
But it doesn't look as bad as it did. So in my opinion, it's getting better.
You guys, this toe.
It doesn't look as bad.
I mean,
as she's reacting.
It's not black, but it's fat.
It's just as fat as the same toe on the other foot.
No, it's not as fat. I mean, this one is not as fat as the other one. No. This one has had some fast in its life.
This one went on the Atkins diet.
Yes.
This one went on the Domino's diet.
Yeah. This is a summer pig. That's a winter pig. I only know this because Tim's been talking about going on this hog hunt, and he's been talking about
oh my goodness,
summer hog meat versus winter hog meat. So I know about summer hogs versus winter hogs.
None of it's good.
I know.
None of it's good.
I'm like, Tim, just give it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
There are some things I'm okay with, but not a hog of any season.
Well, we're all summer hogs right now.
Yeah.
Most of us have winter hog bodies.
Yeah.
Because we be coming out of quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, you guys? All right. Now, I'm about to drop some 40-year-old wisdom on you. I've been 40 I turned 40 on Thursday. So Thursday. It's Monday today. No, Tuesday. So
what's today?
Today's Tuesday.
Oh.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I've been 40 for 6 days. So I have great wisdom.
You do?
Yes. Are you ready for it?
I've been waiting for the 40s wisdom for the last 5-6 years.
Let me tell you, I have it.
I'm like really excited about my birthday, waiting for like this magical wisdom that will dawn itself upon my brain.
It came
when I turn 40.
It came. It met me in the ocean. No, but seriously though, y'all.
And did it wash over you?
It kind of did. I'm going to say that it wasn't a fairy that came to me. A mermaid did not meet me in the ocean.
Oh, good.
And swim up. And then, a burst of light and a conch shell
We would
you
be
know.
having a different conversation
No.
if that was how this wisdom came to you.
It had
And the conversation would be involving Tim. Tim,
it had a margarita.
we need to talk.
Yeah. No. Something out of Will Ferrell movie happened.
Right?
And no, what's funny though, I mean, it really did. So I've got to be honest. So Tim and I went on our first like real vacation with just the two of us since Josh was born. So it's been 8 years. And the only other vacations that we've ever been on that we went to the beach were our honeymoon, and we shot a wedding in Cancun.
Oh.
And that wasn't really a vacation, mind you. We were working, but we got to stay one extra day at the resort. I don't think we've gone I mean, I'm really racking my brain here. Have we gone anywhere?
I don't think you have. And I mean, when I was thinking, oh, they haven't gone on a trip, and I was thinking since your honeymoon. Because all of the trips that I can think of were with your family. And those don't count, in my opinion.
No. We've been places with Josh, but not like, I mean, we've been to the beach with Josh, but it's been with my family. Yeah. We haven't done anything really independently ever. So maybe that's really sad. I don't know. It's fine. It's done. We did it, and it was really, it was hard getting there. There was a lot of spiritual warfare and a lot of guilt. And I was having a really hard time turning 40. That's it. It was a real spiritual, mental, emotional battle getting to that place. And then it probably took 2 days into our trip, which of our 4-day trip. For me to like really.
Oh, I thought you were saying like it took you 2 days to get there. I was like,
no,
what?
2 days into our 4-day trip for me for this to just kind of wash over me.
Right.
And I really spent some serious time with the Lord, and I had a lot of people praying for me. I know. I know that you and Tasha were praying for me. My friend Stephanie was praying for me. Some of my friends at church were really praying just over all of this. We've had a really stressful year, as everyone else has too. But the last couple of years have been just rough.
It's true.
And they have. But as we were going down to the coast, the Lord was just really speaking to me about like how far he's brought us. And the fact that we were able to do this. I mean, this time last year, we couldn't have even imagined. Well, this time last year, okay, I feel like last year doesn't even count. I feel like we need to just, we all need to be given another year as a freebie that we don't, nobody ages.
It's true.
Like we just need to get one extra year added on. No wrinkles, no aging, no growing physically. Like our bodies aren't allowed to age. Ovaries aren't allowed to age. Like none of it, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our income can grow though, you know,
Yes.
like stuff like that.
Hallelujah.
Savings can grow.
Yes.
Anything fiscally can grow. But all of the other stuff can't. Or our aging needs to just
reverse
1 year,
Yeah.
including our kids, unless we like where they are. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's only fair. But I would like it if the economy could go backwards.
Oh my goodness.
That would be great.
Yeah.
If the buyer's market could come back and the seller's market could maybe wind back a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. If prices could just at least stop on everything, including groceries,
Mm-hmm.
and we just pause. Like, can just pause on those things. Like, let's stop going. That's what I think we should be allowed to have. But I know that that's not how things work. But anyway, but okay. So back in like summer of 2019, I would say there was no way that we would have been able to for us to have just been able to take off and go. It would have had to have been our whole family's vacation, and that was it.
Right.
We would not be going because we're going to Six Flags tomorrow. We're going to go to SeaWorld in July, which I know, crazy. Amanda, why would you go to SeaWorld in the middle of July? Come on. I know it's ridiculous, but we can, and the Lord has blessed us, and we're going to go.
Do it.
Because we can.
Do it. Sit in the splash zone. Who cares?
Yes, we're going to get wet, and then we're just going to walk around, and it's going to be fine. And then when we start getting hot again, we're going to go get splashed again. It's going to be fine. But God is just like, I was reading one of my time hops from 12 years ago, back when I was a super oversharer on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook and you think I am an oversharer now, Lord Jesus, you have no idea. I was an oversharer 12 years ago on Facebook. My Facebook status update was so much information. And it was just like, we are in so dire need of a financial blessing right now. And I went into detail of what we needed. And I mean, that wasn't really an oversharing moment necessarily, because we really needed it. And I was going to get it in front of whoever could help.
Yeah.
You know. But I was a super oversharer. Like, I used to answer, like, because I guess the Facebook statuses were like, tell us how you're feeling. Or it was like, Amanda is.
Yes.
You know.
I used to get really caught up in finishing the sentence.
Yes. So I would finish it, is so over this right now.
Right.
So emotionally drained, so done with my boyfriend, like, so single right now because I broke up with Tim for the 15th time in this week. Oh, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you for your grace that we are not those people anymore. But I'm just thinking, as we're driving down, thinking about just reflecting on how far God has brought us, that I'm not freaking out on the way down, that we've made a huge financial mistake by going, that I'm completely selfish.
You normally would.
That
was a big deal.
That anxiety, that was not what anxiety was setting in about. It was that we weren't taking Josh to the beach, and were we going to get back to the beach, because all he wanted to do this summer was go to the beach. And we had talked about it. We had been talking about this for 2 months, that we were going to the beach and that he wasn't going with us. And he gave me the straight up silent treatment on the phone. And he was like, it's just not fair that you're at the beach and I'm not.
Aw.
I mean, he was mad as a hornet on the phone. And my mom just let him keep going and going and going on the phone. And then I'm crying and I miss him. Mm-hmm. And I miss that he's not at the beach with me. But at the same time, I'm really happy that I get to just lay there and I don't have to be mom on guard, especially with the wind, the way that it was. All the red flags were up, like on the beach watch. And there was a serious rip tide. You could see it. It was crazy. You could see it straight down the beach. And I was trying not to be lifeguard mom. I was watching every child that didn't have a lifeguard approved life jacket on and wasn't holding their parents' hand. The kids that were just being allowed to just go out into the gigantic waves and into the rip tide and the rip current that you could literally see from the beach. I was just like, oh my gosh.
That's scary.
It was so scary. So scary. Anyway, I had to literally turn that part of my brain off.
Yeah.
Amanda, there are beach lifeguards on duty.
Right.
You don't have to be mom watch. They're not your children.
That would be a great show.
I know, right?
Mom watch.
Yes. With the zinc on the nose.
Yes.
Yes. That would be hilarious.
I'm going to work on that.
Oh,
I'm going to write a pilot.
I think we need to. And I kept asking the Lord to just meet me there.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. I don't know if you do this. I am an overpacker.
A little bit.
But do you ever pack for the person that you want to be?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I do.
I packed so much. I'm going to have so many devotionals, so many devotional times with the Lord. I'm going to have the most incredible quiet time.
I'm on vacation, so I'm going to get up early.
I'm going to meet Jesus.
And look out at the water with my coffee and meet Jesus there with my Bible.
I'm going to meet Jesus everywhere. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take my Bible and my journal to the beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Who do I think I am? I wish that I could be the person that I am when I order all the produce that I order.
Right.
When I shop online.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that I pack for. The person that wears all the cute outfits that I pack.
Yeah.
The vacation mode me in my head. Because vacation mode me in person doesn't really want to wear that.
I know.
I want to be really comfortable. And the comfortable me and the cute me don't know each other. At all. And I started having guilt about that. It's like the enemy was coming in.
Hardcore.
Yeah. And I was like, you're 40, Amanda. You should have it together by now. I took 7 pairs of earrings.
That's ambitious. For the beach, or were you planning on going out at night, or?
I don't know. We only went to one restaurant, and that was on the way out of town. Yeah.
Did you get the earrings out of your bag and
Christy,
put them in?
We went.
Did you wear a pair at Buc-ee's?
I bought earrings at Buc-ee's. Do you know what we talked about more than anything else on this trip? The architectural setup of the HEBs in the area.
Yep.
Seriously, though, you could have just renamed this trip as a tour of HEBs along the coastline.
It's true.
We talked about HEB more than we talked about anything. And in awe and wonder of HEBs. This is HEB Plus. Oh my gosh.
There's an HEB
Look at this.
Plus?
Let's just call this one HEB Beach. This is great. Do you see the beach awnings? Oh, look at this HEB. Oh, this is a beachy vibe. Look at this one. This one totally matches Aransas Pass. This is a total Port Aransas beach. Yes, this is a total vibe. I love it. Look at this one. Oh, this is totally Rockport. Yeah, it's totally Rockport. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Look at this one. Look at the Waco HEB. This one really matches. Look at every town we drove through, we saw the HEB and we're like, oh, look at the architecture. Totally. Tim's like, this must be really expensive for their budget, their bottom line, for them to go into each town and completely
match
start
that town.
Yeah. We're like, look, the star matches the star on the town hall. Like, just like we're nerding out
on HEB.
Yes, on HEB. This is what we talked about the most. That and the sunsets. That's it. I mean, like, what? We went into 3 different HEBs. 3 different HEBs. I mean, come on. How old are we?
I mean, one package of their tortillas only lasts so far, and then you got to stop at another HEB to get more.
It was so funny. Like, at one point, I felt really brazen and bold because I was in a bathing suit in a grocery store. I was like, look at me in a bathing suit. I was just walking around in a bathing suit. I just had I had a kimono on over a bathing suit, and look at me. I'm just in a bathing suit and a kimono. I was like, I go, Tim, I have arrived at 40. Look at me not caring what anybody thinks. It was after I met Jesus and 40 in the waves.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's definitely not 39, Amanda.
No, it is not.
It is not.
It is not. Okay, so back to my epiphany moment. Okay. So
where you were washed by the wave.
Yeah. Oh, truly. And I mean, of course, what is that song? Oceans. Could it be a more obvious title, Amanda? Let's pull that one out of the air.
Could it be more obvious?
I know. So, I mean, the words of oceans it's going through my mind, obviously, when I'm walking into the ocean. I woke up our first day. We had it planned out. We were going to go to the beach. We were going to drive to Port Aransas from Rockport the morning that we woke up. We drove in the evening before. And of course I wake up with the migraine that I have had for the whole week before. Mm-hmm. And I cry and I feel like a failure. And I'm like, of course. And so we're sitting there watching TV, doing the exact same thing that we do every single day.
Yep.
I put on worship music. I put on worship. Like I put on just put on the Beth Moore get out of the boat.
Yeah.
Yep. Just cast it to the TV, just like we're at home. It has the same TV that we have. You know, like we're just sitting there doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I am like, we did not just drive all the way to Rockport to do the same thing. I was just like, I can't believe this. And Tim's like, I'm just happy to be sitting here with you. And he's being sweet. Aww. He's being wonderful. He's trying to rub my neck out because we're trying to find where the migraine is starting. Mm-hmm. I don't want to take Imitrex because I know that it's going to send all of my nerve endings on fire. And it's going to suck when the salt water touches my skin.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and I'm sulking big time. I finally just take the Imitrex. I take the Imitrex, I put on my bathing suit, and I'm like, well, we got to go. And I'm like, I'm so sorry that I've ruined this day. He's like, you've got to stop saying that. And I was like, okay. So we go, and it's an hour because you have to wait for the ferry. We don't know. Tim keeps saying that it's like we have to go over Aransas Pass, and then there's all this crazy traffic. Well, I videoed you.
Yes, you did.
And on his, neither of us have ever been to Port Aransas. And on his MapQuest, it's got a little ferry symbol. And I'm like, babe, are you kidding me? It's a boat. And he's like, it's not a boat. I was like, we're going on the ferry. He's like, no, we're not. And I was like, yeah, babe, it's a boat. That's what that means. And he's like, oh. And I was like, that's why it takes so long. So it takes us an hour to get there. We finally get there. We finally get everything set up. And we just walk. I just walk straight out into the ocean. And as I walk into the ocean, it is just like, y'all, I mean, you have to know the ocean is my second home. It is. Mm-hmm. It was probably my first home. Really. This is my second home. I am a mermaid. I really think I am. I think that is how I got here. I know that they say that I was born at Harris downtown, but I don't think
you weren't. You're actually Ariel.
Yeah, it's probably
you
true.
Were given legs.
Mm-hmm.
You became a human.
Yeah, it's why I have a weight problem. It's because my body doesn't know what to do with land food.
Yeah,
exactly. That's it.
Yeah,
we have solved it.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
So just eat.
Nope. Can't.
Whatever a mermaid would eat.
Nope. I can't.
Nope.
Except if it comes straight out of the sea. That's the thing.
Oh,
if it's super fresh and it doesn't taste fishy, I'm in.
Yeah.
But if it's fishy, I'm not in.
I'm not in on a fishiness.
No. But anyway, every step that I take, it's like the song is playing in my mind. And then Tim walks out further than I do. And I just stand there. And it's like God is just talking to me. And I don't even know what he's saying at that point. I just feel whole.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I don't feel stress. I don't feel any anxiety. I'm just happy. Like I just feel overwhelming joy.
Right.
And I don't feel like that's not the day that like I really like get a download at all. I just feel joy. And I don't feel guilt about not having a devotional time, not having a quiet time. Like God's just like, hey, stop. Just breathe. Just breathe. You're here.
Right.
You're here. Now go lay down. Just go. You wanted to take a nap on the beach. Go lay down.
Go take a nap.
Hey, you're wet. You're cooled off. Now just go lay down until the sun sets, you know? And Tim and I laughed. We took selfies. We took our tripod to the beach because...
Of course you did.
Of course we did. Because I wanted to get a picture of us from behind with our chairs. And Tim set it up and he did it all for me. Mm-hmm. And he didn't roll his eyes. He may have, but he didn't do it in front of me. Which is great. Good on him.
Have you been watching Australian TV again?
No. I may have watched somebody. Maybe I was watching somebody talk with an Australian accent. I don't know.
Good on ya.
And then the next day, we woke up late. I had another migraine. It's fine. It just is the same migraine. It was for a whole week.
Yeah.
And but I took the medicine immediately and wasn't gonna let it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go to Rockport Beach. And I was just ready to get in the water. And it was really less windy. Not much, but it was. The waves weren't as bad there. And I just went out and I just kept walking. And I could have kept walking like into the boat path. And like I got all the way out and Tim didn't go in the water at all. And it was like I just started praying, and I was just standing there, and I looked up, and it was like there was this perfect rectangle in the sky. And I know that sounds crazy, but it was a perfect rectangle in the clouds. And the Lord was like, I'm going to give you new vision in 40. And you guys, like, this is going to sound crazy, but he was like, I want you to start prophesying over yourself. That's me. It's my hand. It's my hand. I'm slapping my leg.
Okay.
Yeah. I want you to prophesy over yourself that 40 is going to be a milestone and not a millstone.
Oh.
Yeah. For you, that this is going to be a serious milestone that you're going to look back and say, this is where it started. This is where this new depth and this new walk of much more assuredness in my faith, assuredness in myself, and assuredness on who God created me to be.
Mm-hmm.
And like knowing where he's taking me. Like no more of this, I don't know what God's doing. No more of this, I don't know what God's plan is for us, but I know that he's in control. These are all things that I have really hung my hat on in the past decade of my life.
Yeah.
But I know who God created me to be. I know where God's taking me. And it's big. And it's scary, but in a good way. And he's big.
Yeah.
He's bigger than I ever thought he was. Like there's a realization of how big he is that I'm not saying that it's because I'm 40, I know this, but like, I feel like every year in my walk with Christ, I get sometimes he just downloads just how big he is.
Yeah.
And how powerful he is. And how powerful he's calling us to be. The power he wants to download in
Right.
us. That nothing is by accident. Like, he's just waiting for us to say that we're ready to do what he wants to do with us. You know?
Yeah.
This is totally different than what I was going to talk about now. Okay, no. Okay. All right. We can still go there. But I was just standing in the waves, and I'm looking up, and I'm seeing this perfect rectangle, and it was almost like it was just a vision from the Lord. And maybe it was. I didn't have a phone with me, so I didn't get to take a picture. But the rest of the trip, I'm telling you, maybe it was the storm front that was coming through, and it was just the pattern of the clouds.
Right.
But all the way home, when we were driving home, there were little pockets all the way home of these just perfect little holes in these storm clouds. And I kept taking pictures, and I kept saying, look, Tim, look, because I had told him about this perfect. I've never seen anything in the sky like that.
No. Yeah.
Ever. And I never saw one just like it, but I was like, I keep seeing holes in the sky, just like, and Tim's like, okay. He's a good sport. Anyway, so I came back out of the water, and Tim's like, I thought you were just going to keep going out to the sea. He was like, I would have understood because he knows me.
That line.
Yeah.
Where the sky
Exactly.
needs to see.
Exactly.
It calls you.
Yes, it does. I was like, while I was out there, I was like, Lord, I was laughing, and I was just talking to him, and I was praying in tongues because that's what I do. And I was like, God, if you wanted me to just walk on water right now, I'd be down,
Do it.
I was like, right now, let's do it. And I was just laughing. I was just laughing. I was out there by myself laughing. I know these people around me were like, what is she doing? Just out there laughing, just having the greatest time, just by myself laughing. It's fine. But then I came back and I sat down, and when I'm in that kind of like praying without ceasing, I'm very willing to do whatever God puts on my heart.
Yeah.
You know? And when especially in situations where I'm being stretched, like when I'm having social anxiety.
Right.
And I did this the entire trip, like the entire trip. I offer to take pictures for other people everywhere we go.
Yes.
Mostly because I understand what it's like to be the person that's taking the picture. And so there is this group of women that were sitting. They were so cute. They had those really low beach chairs, and their feet were all in the surf, and they were all lined up, and they were older, and then it looked like they had their like adult children with them. One was pregnant, and then the rest of them, and they look like they go to the beach all the time. One had a house there. I know because guess what? I talked to him. And I hope that they're listening. Hey, girls. Anyway, I was sitting there and I was just talking to Tim, and I go, they look so cute. And I was talking about this one girl, and she was clearly pregnant, and she had on a bikini. And I was like, I love that she's wearing a bikini. I just love that she's wearing a bikini. I love that and I was talking to Tim about, I was like, I'm just looking around and I just see all of these women and I see all these bodies, and I just love that they're just out here owning it. Nobody, I was like, it is clear, and I know that it is cliche for me to say, but everybody is a beach body.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody is at the beach.
Right.
And I was just looking around at everyone, just having fun. And Rockport Beach is a very family-oriented, family-friendly beach. Like moms are just momming. And old ladies with their saggy, beautiful bodies are just out there owning it. They've been in the sun for the last 80 years. They're not going to stop, and I was just, I don't know, an epiphany thing happened for me where I was like, first of all, I have issue with the bike short bathing suit bottoms. Let's just stop making them. Unless it's for modesty purposes, like if it is a part of your modesty needs, then that's awesome. But it doesn't hide anything. So if we're doing it because we're trying to hide with them, let's don't do that. So I just want to say that. It's a disclaimer. We don't need to be hiding. If we're wearing things to hide, then we need to stop. We don't need to be doing that for motivation. If we're wearing things for modesty purposes, totally get it. Absolutely, you be you. But I need to say, nobody on that beach or at the zoo splash pad or at the splash pad or at the lake or at the swimming pool in your neighborhood or at the water park is looking at you, sizing you up. If anything, they're looking at you going, wow, she's really owning it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's momming without being self-conscious, and I wish that I could be that brave. I was watching and looking and studying because I'm a big people watcher. I love people watching. I think part of it's the photographer in me, part of it's just the observer. But I was just almost, y'all, I was in an emotional state. Just an emotional state. I was moved to tears almost. It just, how beautiful everyone was, just being themselves.
Yeah.
And not the people that stood out to me were the people that were tugging at their tank top, that they were clearly trying to hide behind the tank top, because I recognized it so well, because I have spent 39 years tugging at the tank top, trying to hide.
Yeah.
And I have missed out on life in a lot of ways because of the authority that I have given to the enemy and allowing him to play the same record over and over again in my head. And it was because of how I felt about myself. I allowed him to play the thoughts that I had, that other people cared, that the people that were sizing me up mattered.
Right.
Because they are just insecure little twits. And I'm sorry, they don't matter. That God cared what I look like. He doesn't. He cares about my health. But he's not looking at me, shaming me.
Right.
The shame cycle, I gave the authority of shame to go in my head. I gave the enemy a lot of authority in my life to shame me, to guilt me, and to bring anxiety in. I gave anxiety a lot of authority in my life. And here's the deal. The enemy has no authority. We have to give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
People are not thinking about you and what you look like and how your body looks in that bathing suit.
Right.
If they are, they've got bigger issues in their life, and that should be the least of your worries. It's about how you feel about you and about how God feels about you. And if you hear shame and guilt and anxiety, that's the enemy, and you've given him authority. And you can take it back. And those are the things that I came away with. So, of course, I wanted to go and tell those ladies that they were amazing. So I said, Tim, I think I have to go take their picture. I have to go ask them. They look amazing, and I have to go ask them if anyone has taken their picture yet. He's like, Amanda, it was like, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. And he was like, you're going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like, and that's literally how many times I said it, because then I had to, psych myself up for getting up out of the chair.
Yeah.
Then he had to literally stand up and get me out of the chair because I got stuck. It was a full production. So I went down and I said, and I creeped, you know how awkward I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I got super awkward, and I
can see it happening.
I
in my mind.
folded my body in a
Yes.
weird way, and I bent down, and I kind of put my hand on my hip in that weird way in the front, and did that front lean. And I said, hi, ladies. I just wanted to say that you guys are killing it. And I know that when I'm out with my friends, it's really hard to get a group picture because one person is always taking the picture, and it's always me. So I wanted to see, and I brought my phone with me just in case if one of you didn't have your phone at the beach, and I don't know why one of you wouldn't have your phone at the beach. So that was weird that I brought that over. But can I take your picture, please? Because I feel like this is a moment that needs to be captured because you look amazing. Your hats are perfect. You're lined up perfectly, and I've been watching you from behind, and I know that sounds weird, but I promise it's not. I've just been watching you from behind. I've been telling my husband they need their picture taken. And they were like, oh my gosh, of course. And we got to talking. I told them I was there for my 40th. They offered me a beer. I got their life story. I took pictures of their perfectly manicured toes. I taught them how to point their toes in the sand, pull one hip foot back, taught them about the hip pop, how to pull your knee in. I told them I was a photographer, told them I traveled for photography. They asked me to pull up my website on their phone. I taught the girl, the girl that was pregnant didn't want her picture taken. And I was like, that's the reason why you should. And I was like, stand up. So she stood up and I was like, first of all, you have the most perfect D-shaped belly. I was like, I had a B-shaped belly and it was not fun. This is perfect. So I was like, so we're going to arch your back a little more while you're sitting in your chair so it really pops. And I was like, and your boobs look amazing. So I ran around them basically in the sand, different angles, took pictures from both sides, got in the water, took a picture from them from the front, took a picture from them from the back, got just their legs. We laughed. They were like, is that your husband over there that doesn't even want to get his feet in the sand? I was like, yep. They're like, tell him he needs to smile more. Do you want a shot? I was like, no, that's okay. They're like, you're a lot of fun. And I was like, well, we actually have a mom podcast called Send Help. They're like, that's hilarious. We're definitely going to check you out. Anyway, so then we went on the dolphin cruise. And while we were getting dressed, and I was like, I mean, we're going on a double-decker boat. It's going to be stinky. They do like a shrimp trawling thing. Like, I probably shouldn't wear a dress. And then while I was sitting there going back and forth about it, I started like letting that voice in.
Yeah.
And I had tried on a different outfit and Tim was like, well, what do you want to wear? And I was like, I don't know. I should probably just pray about it. So I sat down and I like swear I heard the audible voice of God, and God was just like, wear the dress, Amanda. Because I was like, I was building up a podcast episode on like wear the swimsuit, like wear the bathing suit. I was like, oh, okay. So I did. I wore the dress because I bought the dress, but I also bought like a high waisted like Spanx that I was going to wear with the dress. But I didn't want to wear the Spanx. But I was like, it's not going to look good without the Spanx. So that was where I was like caught up on it.
Yep.
But I love the dress.
Yeah.
And I didn't wear the Spanx. I
was going to say, like, what happened to all of the beach talk that you just had going on?
I wore the dress without the Spanx. And nothing bad happened.
Right?
I had fun. It was flowy and it made me feel pretty.
Yes.
Ta-da.
Wear the dress.
I did it. And I felt free.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And I did the same thing on the boat. I definitely made friends with the people we were up there with. I took pictures and changed the exposure on people's phones so that they could take sunset pictures. I took pictures. They ended up finding out that it was my birthday and they sang happy birthday to me. We got free beers because we took pictures for people and they liked me. This girl that we were sitting next to, she was like, clearly my sister really likes you because she's been trying to figure out how to give you alcohol for the past 30 minutes, but we don't have extra cups for our margaritas. So she found some beers and she was like, want to give her beers, but we don't have limes. Do we have limes? It's just so sweet. So sweet. People's love languages, you know?
I know.
But she's saying happy birthday to me. And it was really sweet and really fun. And we didn't get our beach sunset picture, but one of the other families did offer to take our picture. They made sure that we got a picture too.
Oh, good.
Now, I didn't get to control the picture, but you know
Right.
what? It's still a picture during sunset.
Yes.
And I'm going to own it.
Do it.
Yeah. It's not my, but I did it. It's done. Yeah. But this is me letting go. This is 40. So I do have some Bible verses to go along with the whole wear the swimsuit. I don't know. I am believing that 40 is going to be freer. Everybody that turns 40 and then tells me what it's like in your 40s tells me that it is like that you care a whole lot less about what people think and that you know yourself better. And I believe that it's going to be more like that. I already believe it because I believe that I'm already seeing some of that.
Yeah.
And I know that it's easier to like be in your 40s and then say in your 40s, this is how it's going to be. But wouldn't it be great that if we're in our 30s and our 20s, we could grasp that? And then how much better would our 40s be?
It's
like,
true.
What then would we be like in our 40s?
Right.
So this is me, the old lady in her 40s, telling all of you in your late 20s and 30s, like, let's get a grasp of this now. You can do this.
You can do it. You can do it now.
You don't have to wait till your 40s.
I've thought that I was 40 for a couple of years. So
I know.
you're telling me that I can just go ahead and come to this realization now.
Yeah.
And not have to wait.
You can.
Yeah.
You can. And you have more and more. But I think the pandemic has gotten you back inside of a bubble that you were already outside of. And then you got back in it.
Yeah.
And you're slowly coming out again.
It was nice and cozy in there.
Yeah, I know. But it's a comfort zone that you don't need to be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be much easier to do those Mondays and Wednesdays Tuesdays and Thursdays when you have no children.
Right.
And then those days that you're going to only have one kid with you.
I'm terrified about that day.
You're not going to have the excuse of not, but then you're just going to have the one kid, which means two kids aren't going to be able to entertain themselves. It's a whole nother animal.
Yeah.
But it's going to be your sweet boy.
Yeah.
Which is going to be special.
It better be.
It's going to be special.
Mommy.
I know, but I think that
Mommy.
he's going to get to know that once he has all of your attention, that it's going to wear off. The specialness is going to wear off a little bit, I think. Give it a couple months.
Just give it like 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
And then it'll be totally fine.
Ta-da! I feel like I talked for a really long time. I feel like a lot of it was nothing that I talked about, but then there was a little bit of truth. And do you have anything to add before I jump into scriptures?
No, I mean, I feel like you're basically saying that we spend a lot of time, and I think this is true for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I literally don't think that there is a person in existence that does not fall prey to this in some aspect of their life.
Right, whether it's the body or not.
Right.
Yeah.
But we focus on the things and we assume that everyone else is focused on those things.
Yeah.
We see our faults and we assume that everyone else is going to eagle eye onto those faults and judge us for them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true.
Yeah.
It's not true. That is a huge allowance of a foothold.
Yeah.
In your life of, I see, like when I make something, I never like the way that it turns out. And it's always supposed to be a gift for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't give it to them. And then I make up some weird thing of like, oh, well, I have your present's on the way. Because then I have to suddenly order something off of Amazon because I can't give the person the thing that I made. But then when people see stuff that I've made, they're like, that's so cool. Where did you get that? I'm like, oh, I made it. But like, it's a piece of crap. We do that with ourselves.
Okay. Do you know what I saw the other day on Instagram or something? It was a quote that says, and it's like, somehow like some scientists said that it's true, that the reason that we don't like our own art, the person that makes our or things that we've made ourselves, is
right.
because we're seeing it through our own eyes, because we've made it and we're comparing it to other people's stuff or something that we
Right.
saw
Right.
that we're trying to make it like.
Yes.
And it's never going to be right in our own eyes because we
Right.
made it. But that's the thing that makes us special
Right.
is that we made it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I
we
love
do
the stuff
that.
we make.
We do that with our bodies.
Oh,
we
for
do
sure.
that with our characteristics.
Yes.
And like all of those
You're seeing it
things.
through your own lens.
You're
and
seeing it
that's
through
the
your
problem.
own lens and you're comparing it to everything else that you're seeing.
Yeah.
When I went to Florida, I saw a plethora of women of various ages and sizes, and every single one of them owned it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wearing the romper swimsuit. Because that's how I felt about it.
Yeah.
And I pointed out a woman that was older to Dusty. And I was like, I can't wait until that's me. Apparently, I only have to wait until March. Because what you're telling me is that there will be an epiphany the moment that I turn 40. And I don't know if I'll go to a beach. So I'm going to have to like get in the shower so that the water can wash over me.
I will come and dump water on you.
me
Yes.
so that I can have this
Yes.
mind-blowing,
Yes. Make sure it's warm.
you've been wrong your entire life moment.
I'm telling you what, you just need to get somewhere where you can see other people wearing swimsuits.
Yeah.
Because I saw swimsuits that I bought and sent back
Mm-hmm.
because of this like double chin in my thigh area.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I can't wear that.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, well, the swim skirt doesn't, I mean, it hides it, but it doesn't look great everywhere else. Like,
Nothing else is okay.
no, it doesn't look great with the top, but I'm wearing it to hide that area.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It
mean,
floats up on you. And
yeah, like the
everything.
wind
Yeah.
was blowing so hard that when I sat in the chair, it was just in my stomach. And I was like, it actually looks better like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know that I'm going to feel this way when I go to the community pool because it may feel different in Hudson Oaks and Aledo and whether maybe that's the problem is I live in Parker County. But
Well, a conversation that I had the other day was it's about how you view it. You can think that everyone else is judging you, or you can choose to not view it that way.
Yeah.
And own yourself.
I just undercut everything that I said by saying what I just said.
It's true.
It's true. And now I'm going to double back and say that's not true. I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to let it be.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to, even if they're thinking what they're thinking, I don't care.
Exactly.
Like, honestly, how is that going to affect me?
Right.
It doesn't. They're strangers. They're strangers.
Mhm.
And if they're truly judging me, it's on them.
Yeah.
It's none of my business what they think about me.
There's truth in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got nothing to do with you.
It's really only my business what God thinks about me
That's true.
and the people in my life that I care about.
Right.
Yeah. And honestly, if they were to come up to me and be like, hey, you need to lose some weight. Thanks for your 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're saying to me doesn't affect me.
Yep.
Once again, it's none of my business what you think. But if you came up to me and we had to talk about it, that would be something different because you and I value what you say because you have wisdom and you can speak into my life because I've allowed you and I've given
Right.
you authority to speak into my life.
Right. We don't
Because we do life
we don't
together.
need to give strangers authority to speak into our lives.
No.
Based off of a snap judgment.
Or authority to think into our lives.
Right.
Seriously. Because we don't know what kind of authority they've allowed the
Right.
enemy to have in their
Yeah.
life. And I don't want to give authority to the enemy by giving authority to a stranger.
Mhm.
No, you do not get to invade my space.
Right.
Or my
I
headspace.
mean, that stranger's probably comparing me to Beyonce.
Yeah.
So
The truth is we in the beauty
everyone's
industry.
got a different.
Yeah. The beauty industry is made up of like what, 100 people, 100 women that they are wanting us to compare ourselves to out of the billion
Right.
in the world. And the billion of us don't look like the 100 of them.
Right.
And the 100
that's
of
not what
them-
I spend my time
No.
and money on.
The 100 of them have
Don't
personal
look like-
trainers.
Yeah.
They were born that way.
Right.
Most of them don't have to work as hard as the rest of us do because they have a different metabolism. They have a different genetic makeup. And they are the different height than most of us.
Right. Definitely a different height than me.
And a different age. And they have personal trainers. And this is their
Yes.
job. Their job is to look that way.
Yes.
And most of them do not have a healthy relationship with food. Truth. Most don't. So we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to anyone, first of all.
Right.
Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's a lie from the pit of hell. Second, it's an industry built to make us feel bad about ourselves, to take our money. So it's not built by the Lord,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, the Bible says charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So that doesn't say to me, you should be a size this or this
Right.
and have a this size inch waist and be able to wear this or this shaped bathing suit. Or that this kind of bathing suit is the right kind of bathing suit that you should be wearing. You know? Just food for thought. I just got really convicted about that while I was on the beach, clearly.
You did, but I mean,
the beauty of all
it
those
is something
bodies.
that every woman struggles with. I've talked to a lot of women about it, and every single one, regardless of their body size or shape, struggles with it in some way. The whole process starts like 5th or 6th grade,
Yeah.
and we start comparing ourselves to everyone around us because we want to fit into this group or we want to fit into this group. We're trying to identify who we are and which crowd we want to be friends with. And do I want to be a jock? Do I want to be a cheerleader? Do I want to join the rodeo? Like, there's so many different things in front of you.
I know.
And you naturally just start comparing yourself to each of those categories of people to try to see where you fit. And it just becomes this natural thing that we do for the rest of our lives. And clearly it takes us another 30 years to realize, oh,
Like I've been making a series of decisions
Right.
based on something that I have wedged myself into.
right.
For the last, and it's like, whoa, then you would just wake up one day
Yes.
and you're like, wow, I don't want to be this anymore.
We probably wake up that way several times throughout the rest of our lives, but then clearly 40 is when you're able to do it.
I don't know.
In theory, our theory for today's episode is that 40 is when you suddenly no longer have to live this way.
For all intents and purposes, 40.
Come on, 40. Let's go. Let's
You guys,
do this.
it's crazy. And I know I'm only 6 days into 40, so let's take it with a grain of salt. But I just looking at these beach bodies, I was just overwhelmed with how beautiful they were. And
Yeah.
sometimes I get in these modes where I'm just like, Lord, just show me how beautiful everyone is. And I just get to see them just a tiny glimpse of the way that he feels about everyone.
Yeah.
And he sees you and you're beautiful. You're beautiful. He loves you. And isn't that all that matters? Like, I know that we say that that's all that matters, but really and truly,
Do we really believe
when it
that's
gets
all that
down to
matters?
it? Like, I was out there and I was just looking at the ocean and I was just like, this is I'm only seeing a little glimpse of how much you love us, because, the ocean is just a drop.
Right.
The ocean is a drop of how much he loves us. And when what you can see when you're in the ocean is just a tiny, tiny, tiny,
Yes.
tiny part of the ocean. And it's so overwhelming and it's so big. And you take that and you multiply it by, infinity. And then you look at all the people on the beach and all those bodies and how beautiful they are and all the wrinkly skin. And just like, she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Every wrinkle has a story.
It's true.
And it's lived. And all the sun. And like, she clearly lives at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And like, God, the life. And I was just like, man, she's not in a swim skirt. What am I hiding from?
Yeah.
Here I am just trying to hide this one roll in my thigh. Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing?
Go buy the swimsuit. You won't.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Wear the dress.
I'm just gonna stick with what I have this summer, but next year I'm gonna buy what I want.
Because you're 40.
Yeah, dadgummit. I'll be 41 next summer.
You'll
What
be
will
even
happen
more
then?
free.
I'll have a 9-year-old.
Oh.
Gosh. But yeah. You're beautiful. Proverbs 29:25. Let me figure out which one of these translations I want to use. The Message. The fear of human opinion disables. Trusting in God protects you from that. NIV, the fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is to be kept safe. Fear and intimidation is a trap that holds you back, but when you place your confidence in the Lord, you will be seated in the high place. I have another one. Philippians 4:6-7. Talk amongst yourselves as I look it up. Obviously, it's this one. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by praying and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God will transcend all understanding, will guard your heart and minds in Jesus Christ. Here's the Passion Translation. Don't be pulled in different directions or worried about a thing. Be saturated in prayer throughout each day, offering your faith-filled requests before God with overflowing gratitude. Tell him every detail of your life. Then God's wonderful peace that transcends human understanding will guard your heart, mind through Jesus Christ. Ooh, this is a good one. The Amplified, it's all good. Let's be honest. Amplified version. Do not fret or have any anxiety about anything, but in every circumstance and in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, continue to make your wants known to God, and God's peace will transcend all understanding, shall garrison and mount guards over your heart and mind and minds in Christ Jesus. Ooh, that's a good one.
Mount guards.
Right? Mount guards. A garrison.
Yeah.
Whew. Dang.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to go to the Message for that one. Here we go. Okay. Next verse. Galatians 1:10. That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In my researching, I did not read the Amplified version of that verse. That was really good.
It gives an imagery of what's actually happening.
Yeah, it does.
That's really powerful.
Okay, so Galatians 1:10. Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. Now, I know that's a little bit taken out of context, but I feel like it still speaks to the fact that we shouldn't be seeking the approval
Right.
of other people.
Right.
If we're seeking anyone's approval, it needs to be the approval of
Right.
God. Yeah. Those are my scriptures to back up what I was talking about. That's about it. So yes. Marching into 40, I'm trusting the Lord completely with all the things and the hopes and the dreams that I have. I'm trusting that He's got the promises that I know He's given us. I'm going to stop listening to everyone talk about how a 40-year-old shouldn't have kids, starting from scratch. And I'm going to trust His timing because His timing has not been wrong. I mean, obviously, we talked about timing this last time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to completely trust in His timing. I know that we touched on last time that, I was concerned about 40 because I was using my mom as a touch point, and
Right.
she had Micah. She didn't have Josh. She had Micah at 40. And I hadn't, I haven't been able to maintain a pregnancy past Josh. And it just has been tough. And it's been one of the things that I've been struggling with up to 40. And I just know, I just have a real confidence that the Lord is going to come through in one way or another. As a matter of fact, on the way down, Tim's friend Matt called and was like, I saw something about you guys adopting. And I'm like, Tim, are you kidding me? You haven't talked to Matt about us adopting? And he was like, nope, I guess I haven't. I was like, I've talked to his sister Bonnie, like in depth, like before we even told the world that we were adopting.
Yeah.
I was like, and like Matt is Tim's best friend, you know. And he was like, no, I guess it just didn't come up. I'm like, it didn't come
up in conversation.
But he offered his wedding venue. He offered to help put on a full-on fundraiser.
Nice. Let's do it.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, Matt, that's amazing. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's for real do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty cool.
That's
Update.
exciting.
Update. It's going to happen. God's going to do it.
He is.
It's exciting. Anyway, okay. Just stop talking.
We're just going to stop talking now.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
I think that whether we're 40 or not, we should all be encouraged to take a step back and see.
Take a
if
step
we,
back
yeah,
and ask for help.
Right?
I'm sorry.
I know. It's right there. It was right there.
I can't not. Daniel Tiger is always going to be in the back of my mind.
It's true. They're all good, and they
They are.
apply to every situation.
Everything. Yes.
But
Hey, you know what? Mr. Rogers likes you just the way you are.
it's true. And if nothing else encourages you, you should know Fred Rogers
loves you just the
loves
way
you
you are.
just the way you are.
And he loved Jesus.
He
So
did.
in essence, Jesus loves you
Yes.
just the way you are.
It's just affirmation that Jesus does love you just the way you are.
And Fred and Jesus are together now.
They are.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, in all seriousness, though, everyone should be encouraged to step back and assess, like, have I given authority somewhere that I should not have, and that is causing me to have this insecurity or have these thoughts about myself or be stuck in a thought pattern on repeat that I can't stop that tape because I've given authority over that tape to someone else and it's no longer in my hands. Like, what are the areas that we need to step back and ask for help?
Yeah. Hey, to be clear, I bought the Spanx when I was 39.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you bought them at HEB
No.
on the way down.
No, you can't buy Spanx at HEB.
No.
I've tried. It's not like Aldi. Although HEB Pluses, you can buy shoes. I'm sorry.
It's one of my favorite pair of shoes. I don't even know why.
You would love an HEB Plus.
I know. I
should go to the
got
one in Burleson.
excited when you said this is an HEB Plus. I was like, what?
Yes.
And I got all excited.
We should go to the one in Burleson.
I should.
Yeah.
Make a little
Trip.
day trip of it. Go to Burleson just for HEB.
I'm sorry. I derailed us again.
I hope that y'all have been blessed by this.
At least you know about HEB.
It's true. If nothing else, you have learned that there is an HEB Plus in Burleson and that they have shoes. Thanks for joining us. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
YouTube.
some new thing that I'm going to make up and get rich off of at Send Help Podcast. I don't know, like what, let's just create the exact same thing over again and make it popular.
Yeah.
Some
Hey,
new form of social media.
We're also on TikTok, but it's my TikTok. It's Send Help Amanda, but
Send Help Amanda.
yeah.
So you should be giving tips and tricks
I know.
on your TikTok.
I haven't done well at keeping up with TikTok, but
I don't even know if I have TikTok.
you don't. You need to.
I do.
You should be Send Help Christy.
I should. And I would be way too tempted for my first official TikTok to be the pants. Because that's one of the only things that I associate with TikTok. Funniness and the TikTok pants. I don't know why.
Well, if you're going to get a TikTok, it needs to be our official Send Help TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So that, and then we can start off with a really good one and get
really
a
good
million
one.
views
Okay.
and then like really take off.
Okay.
So no pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
So we got to maybe mom watch at the beach.
Yes.
Yeah. We could go down to Lake Granbury
Yeah.
Beach. Yeah. Let's think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. Yep.
Fanny pack
Yeah.
will be involved. I already have ideas.
Oh my gosh, guess what? My TikTok weighted hula hoop came in.
That should be your next video.
No.
I want to see it. Okay, we got to sign off now because I want to go see this thing.
All right.
So we love you guys.
We love you.
Jesus loves you.
Wear the bathing suit.
Wear the bathing suit. Have a blessed week.
Have the fun.
Have the fun. All of it.
What